Артуra Heyli, page 184. They had arrived at the Regency room almost together. He had parked his own car and walked to the nightclub's street entrance when a gleaming Cadillac had pulled up, a uniformed chauffeur hurrying around to open the door for Denise to alight. They had greeted each other. Then she had turned to the chauffeur, now standing discreetly in the background. "Thank you, Tom. I don't think you need come back. I expect Dr. O'Donnell will drive me home." The man had answered courteously, "Thank you, madam," then to O'Donnell, "Good night, sir," and had driven off. Of course, if he had thought about it, O'Donnell would have realized that the daughter of Eustace Swan was obviously an heiress. Not that the realization concerned him greatly. His own income nowadays was ample for a comfortable life, and more besides. Nevertheless, a really rich woman was something new in his personal experience. Again he found his mind framing the comparison between Denise and Lucy Granger. With a modest crescendo, the orchestra ended the group of selections. O'Donnell and Denise applauded briefly, then moved from the dance floor. Taking her arm lightly, he steered her to their table. A waiter was hovering. He held out their chairs and served the drinks O'Donnell had ordered. Sipping the fresh, old-fashioned, Denise said, "We talked about me, now tell me about you." He poured more soda into his scotch. He liked the liquor well diluted, a practice most waiters seemed to abhor. "It's pretty routine stuff." "I'm a pretty good listener, Kent." Denise was speaking with half her mind. The other half was thinking, "This is a man, all man." Her eyes took in the big frame, broad shoulders, the strong face. She wondered if he would kiss her tonight, and what it might lead to later. She decided there were interesting possibilities in Dr. Kent O'Donnell. O'Donnell told her about 3 counties, his work there, and what he hoped to do. She asked him questions about the past, his experiences, people he had known, admiring all the while the depth of thought and feeling which came through everything he said. They danced again. The waiter replaced their drinks. They talked, they danced. The waiter returned. The sequence was repeated. Denise told him about her marriage. It had taken place 18 years ago, had lost it 10. Her husband was a corporation lawyer with a busy practice in New York. There were 2 children, twins, Alex and Philippa, who had remained in Denise's custody. In a few weeks the children would be 17. "My husband is a perfectly rational being," she said. "It's simply that we were quite incompatible, and wasted a lot of time coming to an obvious conclusion. Do you ever see him now? Oh, often, at parties and around town. Occasionally we meet for lunch. In some ways Geoffrey is quite delightful. I'm sure you'd like him. Both of them were talking more freely now, without waiting to be told. The waiter put fresh drinks in front of them. O'Donnell asked her about divorce. Was there some barrier to it? Not really, she answered frankly. Geoffrey's quite willing to divorce me, but insists that I supply the evidence. In the state of New York, you know, it has to be adultery. So far I haven't got around to it. Has your husband never wanted to remarry? She seemed surprised. Geoffrey? I don't imagine so. In any case, he's married to the law. I see. Denise twirled the stem of her glass. Geoffrey always considered that bed was a good place in which to read his legal briefs. She said it softly, almost with intimacy. O'Donnell sensed a hint of why the marriage had failed. He found the thought exciting. The waiter was at his elbow. "Excuse me, sir, the bar is closing in a few minutes. Do you wish to order now?" Surprised, O'Donnell glanced at his watch. It was almost 1 o'clock in the morning, though it seemed much less. They had been together for 3.5 hours.